Hey, welcome back. So in this tutorial, we're going to just do a real quick little fix to get it so that our player now spawns wherever our start position is. And I'm also going to show you how we can set it up so that your player will start wherever your camera position is, so you don't have to constantly grab that start area where your player is at, the little start icon, and move it to wherever you want to get to start at throughout the game. And also so you don't have to play all the way through the game to get to the spot that you want to test. This way you can just start right where the camera is located and test it right away. So let's go ahead and get started. So basically my player is sitting over here, and wherever my player is sitting, if I hit play now, that's where I'll start. But the actual start level is right there underneath the lava. Let's go ahead and move that out of the way. Looks like I might have broken it. Okay, sorry about that. I had forgotten that I had. So one thing that might happen to you is what just happened to me. If you hit the G key on your keyboard, so G, if you hit the G key, game stuff will disappear and reappear. So say you want to have a view without all the game things selected and all this other stuff kind of happening. So if you hit the G, all the different things that are in the world will kind of show up that have to do with game designing. But if you hit it again, all those things will disappear and just your game stuff will be left. So that's something to remember, because every once in a while things like what I just did will happen and you'll forget about it. So let's go ahead and jump back in. Let's go into our content drawer, into our content folder, and we're going to create a, you know what, I'm going to put this in blueprints, and we're going to right click and we're going to create a new folder, and we're going to call this game mode. And then we're going to double click on that game mode folder, and we're going to right click. What we're going to do is we're going to create a game mode that we can customize and then set up as our main game mode in our project settings. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to select a blueprint class, and then down here where it says all classes, if you hit that arrow and type in game, you should end up with one down here that says game mode. So go ahead and select game mode. We don't want the game mode base, you want the game mode. And we're going to call this BP. Why my keyboard's been doing that lately? And we're going to call this Rollerball game mode. Kind of a long name, but spelling it out so we know what it is. So if you double click it and open it up, it should look something like this. It may also not have any of this. It may just be this stuff over here. So your details panel may be just the only thing that's showing up. You don't see your viewport, and that's okay. There might be a little blue set of words underlined up here. You can click on that and that would go to this if you needed to, but we're not really going to do anything in here. This is just sort of a not necessary. What we are going to do is over here under game mode, under classes. So we're going to want to pick the default pawn class, and we're going to pick our BP player. We're going to go ahead and compile it, and we're going to save that. And then what we're going to do, we're not going to change any of the rest of this stuff right now because we haven't created anything else that we need to worry about at this point in time. So what we are going to do is we're going to go up to the top up here to the sandbox, and we're going to go to window, to edit rather, go all the way over to edit. We want to open the one called project settings. The project settings will open up. Here on the left-hand side under project, we want maps and modes, and where it says game mode base, if you click that down arrow, we're now going to find our BP Rollerball game, and you'll see our default pawn class is our BP player. We don't need to save it. Once we put things in there and make it happen, everything changes, and we can go ahead and either close this window out for right now because we're not going to really use it. If I hit play, nothing happens. Why is that? So we want to go to our player blueprint. So go find your player blueprint. And then in your player blueprint, this window that I pulled over, the details window, I'm going to push this back a little bit. It doesn't need to be quite so big. So when you come in here and you have your BP player selected at the top, scroll down until you see the one that says pawn. Remember in here we changed this to player 0 so that when we were placed in the worlds, we would auto possess the AI. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and disable that now. And then auto possess AI when it's placed in the world. So if I go ahead and hit compile and then hit play, so now my player should be all the way over here, and then the player that I had put in here is all the way over there now. So the next thing I want to do, that's going to make it so that wherever I'm at, I don't have to move my little start button. Say I wanted to delete this one. We don't need this one in the world anymore. If I wanted to start over here, but my player starts over there, it's kind of inconvenient if I'm working around the map to have to go grab this and drag it and put it somewhere to be able to start. So the way we can fix this is up here along the top of our viewport on our viewport for the world. We click down here and then down about halfway down here. So there's little 3 dots next to the play button where it says current camera location. If we select that and I move forward and hit play, my player will now be will start wherever my camera happens to be. And then if I ever wanted to change it back, just go back in here, put it back to default player, and I'll start back over here where the default player start is. Okay, that's going to be it for this tutorial. Hopefully you were able to follow along with me okay and get your player to now start whenever you hit the start button, wherever your camera is located or wherever the default player start location is located. If you have any questions, please drop me a note down in the comment section and I will get back to you. Again, please like this tutorial if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe so you can follow along. Thanks for playing, and I'll see you next time.